Hello garden friends. In today's video I'm going to replace my faded old tire planters with genuine Jack Daniel whiskey barrels. I've had my tire planters for about 7 years now. There was a time in my life where money was really tight. So recycling the planters I thought was kind of cute at the time, and it definitely served a purpose. Now a lot of you have asked me, why not just paint them? Well, truth is, I have painted tires in the past and they look so cute at first. But after about 6 months or a year, the paint starts to fade and it kind of gets a little peely, and all these little grooves in the tire, the paint just gets very dirty. So they only look good for a while. I was also considering some brightly colored ceramic pots for these areas, but those are so expensive, especially for a big size that I want. That was just a little bit too much. I figured the whiskey barrels will look kind of rustic and give my garden that whimsical charm that I like without breaking the bank. The first thing I'm going to do is add drainage holes. Now I'm going to reverse it, pull it up, and then put it back forward. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to drain. So far so good, and without even planning it this way, I have exactly 11 holes in each barrel. Isn't that funny? I just eyeballed it, I didn't measure. I had no idea how many I was going to end up with, but all three have 11 drainage holes. Little tip when using a drill, definitely use 2 hands. And now for the fun part. I'm finally going to remove the tires, and I want to thank all my viewers for sharing your honest opinions regarding. I posted a question on my community tab asking if I should remove them, paint them, or replace them, and you all shared your honest opinions and gave me so many great tips and advice with the whiskey barrels. So I want to say thank you so much for helping me make this decision. So what I'm doing now is I'm leveling out a little pad to place my first barrel. Now at first I was going to set these directly on the soil because I like the look better rather than putting them on pavers. But when I got it set up, it just didn't feel sturdy, and I was thinking about, once again, all of you viewers giving me great advice, telling me that they won't last as long unless I put something underneath of them. So I was thinking, hey, I just coincidentally have exactly 6 large pavers that I could use under the barrels, 2 for each one, so it worked out perfect. And in order to hide the pavers and get the look I want, so the whiskey barrels appear to be directly on the ground, I just pushed dirt up to them and kind of buried the pavers. So I'm super happy that I took all of your advice. It just feels more secure knowing that the barrels will be elevated off the ground so they won't get ruined when the dirt gets muddy. And now for tire planter number 2. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with these plants, so I'm just going to set them off to the side for now. I may or may not put them back in the whiskey barrels. I have a feeling I'm not, so I'll just plant them somewhere else in my garden. And this is the perfect time to do it because for me in California, it is spring. So I know this little rose will do fine somewhere else. I'm thinking I might put annuals in these whiskey barrels, like zinnia seeds, and just make something really colorful. I'll know as soon as I fill them up with dirt, and it'll just all come to me. I don't always have a plan. Sometimes I just kind of wing it and make decisions as I go. But one thing is for sure, I am getting an incredible workout. These pavers are super heavy. And do you like this little level that I'm using? It's actually a little mini. It's so easy to use and it really makes a difference, and it will keep my barrels level, because once they're filled up with soil, they will definitely be too heavy to move around. So I want to get it right the first time. Sometimes it takes a couple tries, or maybe even 3 times. I don't always get it right the first time, but that's okay. You know, sometimes when we garden, we have to be patient and we have to enjoy the process and not always be in a rush to get everything done, because sometimes half the fun is creating something, is the process, the journey getting there. So I'm being patient and I'm just trying to enjoy the day and know that I'm getting exercise at the same time, and these extra little steps will all be worth it in the end. And in case you're wondering, I bought these whiskey barrels at the Tractor Supply. They're 26 inches wide and 17.5 inches tall. I'm told each barrel will hold 4 cubic feet of soil, so that will be 2 large bags. Tire planter number 3. I'll remove the rose, set it aside, and once again I'll figure out what I'm gonna do with that later. But for now, I gotta get all this dirt out because I am so over these tires, and it brings me so much joy in my heart knowing that they are almost out of my life. They served a purpose at the time, and I loved them at the time, so I'm not knocking anybody who has tire planters. Just for me, that journey is over with. That's all. That's just my opinion and where I'm at today. And there's nothing wrong with trying new things and changing your mind. Our gardens are always evolving, just like we are. What we like one day, we might not like the next, and that's okay. Now, before I fill up the barrels with soil and flowers, I decided I'm going to put some landscape fabric just on the bottom, because that will prevent the soil from clogging up the holes. Now, a lot of you recommended that I line the whole barrel with plastic just to keep it from deteriorating, but I decided I'm not going to do that. And the reason why is whiskey barrels have to have some kind of moisture on them, otherwise the wood shrinks, and then those beautiful steel bands that keep all the wood panels together falls off. So I'm not going to line my barrels. That's just my preference. And here in California, I seriously doubt these barrels are going to get oversaturated with moisture. So I think I'm going to be fine for my weather. In fact, they're probably always going to be dry, and I'll have to put some oyas in there to keep the plants moist. I added these rocks on top of the landscape fabric just to hold it in place until I can put the soil in. What I love about using those big pavers is the whiskey barrels look like they're sitting on the ground, but they're not. They're protected from the wet soil when it does rain. So I got the look I wanted to achieve with the added protection. Whew, that was a lot of work. For you, it was fast. For me, I'm 62 and I got my exercise for the day, but I admit it was well worth it. I'm so happy to finally get rid of those tires. Now all I have to do is fill up the barrels with topsoil and plant something pretty. But I admit this old gal is tired, so all that will be in the next video. I'm gonna go take a break. Thanks for watching.